Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter, and I bet you are surprised to see this game on my channel. This is Toukiden Kiwami. It's the G rank expansion to the very first Toukiden game, Age of Demons. And I am now in love with this game. I've been going on a journey trying out all these different Hunter games, and this is one that I can comfortably recommend to any Monster Hunter fan, especially those of the older games. It's comfortable, you don't need to know your Japanese history, and it's just good old hunting action, and there's some very unique twists on things. So the point of this video today is to let you know that one, I'm playing this game and you can expect some videos from me on it because I really do think it's great. And it's really nice because, you know, Soul Sacrifice Delta is such a gem, but I know many of you do not have access to Vita. But this one is on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Of course, PlayStation 5, you get the same problem of access. And it's also on the Vita as well. So there's more choices for how you can access this game. It kind of reminds me of Kokoto Village, you know. It's a nice little cozy village. Everything's very compact. It's very, you know, arcade style Hunter. Same as, you know, all the other past Monster Hunter games that we love. So the reason why I'm making this video today is also to show you something that I can't believe Monster Hunter hasn't copied, is how they do tutorials for weapons. It's super simple. It sounds easy on paper, but the game does it, and I can't believe that Monster Hunter hasn't done it because it's like the one thing that they really need to add. So basically, anytime you run into a point in the game where you have this leader, you can go to him, and one, you can check out all the medals. These are all the things you can do during the game to get, like, it's like your guild card achievements. But then we have training, and we have training for all the different weapons and all the different mechanics. So I've been using the spear, so I'm going to show you the training for that. We're going to try one more weapon that I've never even tried before, so you can see my impressions, and we're going to show one hunt. So you can see sort of what makes this game special and why it should be on your radar. So let's go into spear training. Yes, we'll begin training. They call the hunters slayers, and you're fighting Oni instead of monsters. But it's if you've played Monster Hunter, you know the basics. So here is, you know, the pop-ups that I know Capcom loves so much. We have thrust and sweep, and then an explanation in proper English which explains what each one is for. So the basics of fighting with the spear involve combining the use of thrust from a distance and sweeps with the shaft of the spear against close-up enemies. Judicious selection between these two moves depend on the proximity of the enemy is vital. So basically you're just going to choose whether you're going to be long distance or close distance. So you have thrust and a sweep combo. So thrust is a chain of 3. You can tell as someone who loves the lance why I chose the spear. Let me show you the length on this thing. Not quite there. And here's the sweep. If we're over too long distance, it doesn't actually hit. We got to be close. Usha. I love how he just stands there so nicely and taking a beating. Then we have a rush, and this is with the thrust. So we hold it down and then we can release it. Thrust can be made more damaging by holding down the button to build up strength after holding down the button and executing a strong thrust, followed up by pressing square again to link it to a powerful rush. So I'll show this without hitting the monster. You can aim it too, which is great. And it does multiple hits, and then you can follow up with a final finisher. If you notice, the game does have a stamina gauge at the upper top and stuff that takes focus, just like Monster Hunter takes up that gauge. Let's aim for his head. Yeah. And we can get out of there. Okay, then we have a brace. This is actually pretty hard to use. It's meant for when monsters are rushing at you. So stand your ground and hold your spear out in front of you to execute a defensive brace, waiting for an enemy attack. Any enemy who charges will be impaled and knocked back. Press square after a successful brace to transition into a rush. So basically, it's like the lance. You can counter guard. However, the scene is very specific. You can aim it, and it will take up some stamina. So here's the brace. You see we can aim it. And if he charges at us, oof. Oh. Is he gonna charge me? Come at me, do it! Do it now! And then we have a special move, the Hawk Swoop. This is done with the circle button, jump into the air and strike at your enemy from a height. The longer you hold down the circle button, the higher you will jump. It's good to know. If you notice, it does say standard and powerful, so we go, whee! Now the cool thing about this one is that you can aim it both in the jump and the downward one, so we can go forward, a little bit backwards, and you notice how I'm able to change direction sort of mid-commitment at 2 different points, which is really great. So I'm going to go over to the left and then forward. See that? That's great. Then we can hold it down, and this charges up to 4 times. Some really good distance. Yeah. I really like the spear in this game. And then we have the super attack, which is the destroyer. Aim and throw your spear at the enemy. This move can only be executed when your weapon gauge is full. Any small Oni struck with this will be killed in a single blow, while large Oni will have a body part destroyed. So we just have to press triangle and circle, and then, you know, just press any of the attack buttons, whether it's square, triangle, or circle to release it, and it will throw it, and it's an instant part break. So if you notice in the upper left, we have that sort of spear icon, so as we're, you know, fighting and we're doing combos and stuff like that, it'll start to build up. And when it builds up all the way, all I have to do is press this, ching, and press the button, boom, die. I'm going to show you what that looks like in battle, but it's a free part break, which is amazing. So it says to try what we've learned against the imps. There's that rush one right there. We'll start doing some sweep combos. Get out of here. When you're over a fallen enemy, if you hold down R, it purifies them. It's how you carve and get items. It's very nice. I like it because your NPCs will do it as well. And if you do it together, you do it faster. So it's actually better than carving, if you think about it. This guy's being a punk. He's running away from us. There we go. See, it's not that hard to implement tutorials. I really wish they would do this in Monster Hunter. I do also think that it would be nice if they had advanced tutorials. Maybe they do one day, I don't know, against larger monsters, because it's the same moves and principles, but there's certain ways you might want to approach the weapon, which is a little bit different when it comes to large Oni. Anyways, that is mission accomplished. So I'm going to try a weapon I've never tried, just so you guys can see my reaction, because I've only used the spear up to this point, and I'm in love with it. Our town is so cozy. I like this place a lot. Let me quick show you the town while we're at it. So, just so you see how small it is, it's nice. Like, I remember trying Toukiden 2, which I'll give a try after this game. Maybe I'll be more receptive to it. But I remember that just being such a huge world and overwhelming. This one is like, basically there's the hall. It's where you go to do your quests. This is where you go to jump online or offline. And it's just a basic village. You've got a thing here to boost up some of your cards, which are like your gems. We've got a little notice board. We've got an item shop. We've got the smithy. Cool thing about the smithy is that you can... Let me show you some of the stuff you can do here. So it does list out everything that you need in order to get these things. But if you go to upgrading, you can actually, as you use your weapon, this gauge, which is now red, will start to go up. If you just now, we can, for free, we can fortify it. So basically, your weapon gets slightly more powerful as you use it more, which is great. If we want to skip that phase altogether, we could use pure soul steel and exalted soul steel, but we don't have to. We could just use the weapon to fortify it. I think it goes up to like +8 or something. And then we have some upgrades and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Same thing goes with armor. I've used this armor a lot, so I can now fortify it. It's going to take me quite some time before I can fortify that again. but does make it very good. So I just love the idea that things get stronger as you use them. Here we just have a tree which pays us out an item when we give it some money. I don't quite understand where this is going to go, but after every quest I've been given it money. And then I come back and it gives me a cool item, which is very helpful. We got our NPC so we can talk to. We've got the bath over here. If you notice there's a blue sign, that means it's men's time, not girls' time, so I won't touch it. And then we have our house. And inside our house we get this really, really cute little fox-like creature. And this thing's fun because it will go on little... It's like our Palico. It'll go on quests. We can give it a snack to, you know, increase its, what'd you say, its tension, so to say. So now its mood is good. And its mood is good, so let's go send it out into a place. And yeah, please go collect something. And it disappears. And if we go to a quest in which is in the Age of Chaos, we can actually run into our little friend there, which is fun. And we just have our inventory and stuff like that. Save the game here. And then a nice shortcut that brings us right back up to the online. And that's it. That's all there is so far in this game when it comes to features, which is great. We got our little encyclopedia man here. We've got a praying spot, which is basically meals. Sometimes you'll have some NPCs here, and then you have the quest counter. If you go to the quest counter, they've got everything put up together. So we've got missions and all the chapters, and we can go and see what we're up against, which is great. Or we can go in and do these quests, which are like delivery quests in Monster Hunter. Like, you know, someone's asking for a certain item, and you deliver it, and you can unlock some cool stuff. Okay, so let's go on and try out another weapon, one that I have not tried yet. So one that I have been interested in is Chain and Sickle and Club, which is like a hammer. Since we already have a hammer type weapon in Monster Hunter, let's try the Chain and Sickle and see what that does. I've never used this weapon, by the way, so I have no idea. Follow the instructions and attack the Oni. What I like is when you take it out, it looks like a scythe. So flail attacks and sickle attacks. So the square button does a flail attack and the triangle does the sickle. Fighting with the chain and sickle involves a combination of mid-range flail attacks and close-range single attacks. So it's very similar to the lance, I guess, or the spear in that regard. So you're swinging it around. Was this flail attack chain of 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a big one at the... How far is that last one to reach? Not too far. Or we got the sickle attack. Oh, okay, so it's like a melee weapon, basically, at that point. Mix these together a little bit. Hit and away. Strike with the flail, then jump back and perform a hit and away, which is an effective way of maintaining your distance from the enemy. So we're going to hit the, was it circle or square and the X button. The X is usually evade. So we'll hit, it's a flail plus the evade. Let's try that over here. Well, that's nice. It's like a backwards jump and you can hit them. So you can be doing like a sickle combo, then a hit and away. That's cool. Oosh. Or you can be whapping them with that. Oh no, they're coming near us. Jump away. Hit and away, and then we can do sickles. That's pretty fun. Flail throw. Hold down square and release, and you can throw it. Or press triangle in midair to jump. Was it throw the flail at the enemy, and then use the chain to haul yourself up onto or close to the enemy. When you jump on an enemy's back, you can follow up with sickle attacks. So we got aerial style. This is cool. So we hold down the flail, and that's like a grappling hook, and that will allow us to go forward. Okay. How far does this thing reach? We go like way back. Okay, so that's actually pretty far. Wow. Okay. do a total of 3, and I'm failing here. So let's try this again. Hold down. Oh, okay, and it's a 3-hit combo. Wonder if we can follow that up with a jump away. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, sorry. So special move, this is what I accidentally hit. Agility charm. So we initiate by pressing the circle button. Gradually uses up focus so your stamina will start to go down. So it's like a demon mode. And then we can flail throw, release with circle again. So use your focus to improve your agility. Enables you to link a wide variety of attacks to a flail throw. Oh, wow, okay. So if we do this, this will send us into... Let me initiate. Let me get my stamina back up. So once we're in this demon mode, so to say it's we can do a flail throw, or then we can do an aerial one on top of that. Okay, let's try this out. I ran out of the move. I spent all my time messing around, so let's try that again. Initiate it. Hold it down. Oh wow, that you can do like massive aerial style here if you're in this mode. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ran out. So okay, so it's massive stamina management, but it allows you to do aerial style. That's pretty cool. And Destroyer. So this is the big attack. So massive damage, press the triangle and circle button, and then follow it up with an attack button. Wind up and fling your sickle at the enemy. This move can be executed while your weapon gauge is full. Any small enemy will be killed, and a large enemy will have a body part destroyed. Okay, that's awesome. So do all the Destroyer ones mean like instant body part kills? If so, that's pretty sweet. So we charge it up. That looks great. Interesting. And you can lock onto monsters, which is nice. Certainly helpful when you're using a style like this, I imagine. Cool. Well, definitely check out the other weapons. I mean, that's pretty neat. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys off, you know, the basic tutorial, because I definitely think that this is a feature that's simple to integrate and would be something that Capcom should look into. Also gives me some ideas of how I can do tutorials as well. Of course, the mechanics of Monster Hunter are much more complicated than this game, so there is that. But still, I think there's room for improvement. So let's go back from our journey. Do we have anything interesting quests we can go on? Something that's not too hard, because I don't want to take too long. Yeah, I'll show off a Manhunter. That'll work good, and I will go with just 2 other people, or 3. 2 is good. And let's head out. Maneater is like the first, it's like the Arzuros of this game. I think it's the first large Oni that you face. It's just a big spider. So the boss maps are great. They just, you know, they have an opening area so you can get ready, and then they have the boss. I'm not going to go through the mechanics of this game. This is just to show off some of the stuff. So let's go in there. The thing I want to show off here, though, is when you hit option, you do this thing called, I think it's called the Eye of Truth or something like that. But you can still move, attack, and do everything in this mode. It just drains some of your stamina, your focus. But it allows you to see, like, it's sort of like Soul Sacrifice. You can see the breakable parts. You can see how close they are to breaking. And you can also see some hidden items that you can collect in the map. So if we go here, we can see that this thing's got quite the amount of breakable parts. All of its legs, its 2 pincers, and its head. So let's exit that mode. We can I won't go through it right now, but we do have a thing called a Mitama, which is like a special skill card that we equip, and it gives us 4 different new attack like skills to use. So I got like Might and Carnage, so I can build up my gauges. Come back here. Okay, so if we go in here, you can see here there's 2 gauges on a boss. Like the top one is like its shield, and normally you have to break that in order to go into this mode. And this mode is much more vulnerable, and you can start hitting its attack points directly. Let's try to break apart here, shall we? I want to get that front leg. Oof. Is it close to breaking? Oh, it is broken. Didn't even notice. Oh, here we go. So if we notice now there's a body part that's broken on the ground, what happens is you have to go into it and you have to purify it, just like you do a small monster. And multiple people will make it go faster. And when you do that, it now becomes like a phantom part on the monster's body. And that allows you to attack the hit points of the monster directly. So if you don't care about breaking all the parts, you could just go and like break one leg and then just focus on that, and you'd be able to kill the monster pretty darn fast, I think. But we want to break parts here. We like parts. We got like, let's get this. Anyone want to help me? Nagi, help me. Oka, come on. You want these legs? No. And they don't make you start all over, which is great. Yeah. Is there another leg over here? There is. Okay, so it can feel a little bit busy, I suppose, for some people, if you don't want to just purify all these legs. But it is a cool mechanic I really like that helps it stand out. There's something very similar in Soul Sacrifice, so I'm pretty used to this type of mechanic now. There we go. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I actually probably do not need Maneater parts, so I should probably just be attacking, you know, broken parts that we've already done. So let me show you like its health would go down. That purple on the top there is the barrier, which gets broken through skills, gets broken through breaking parts, stuff like that. But we want to hit its life points directly. I see someone broke off something. Usually the NPCs will take care of most of the part breaking for you, which is really nice. Okay, let's do our instant part break. That'll be fun. So I activated Might, which increases the rate in which this gauge goes up. Okay, now I've activated it. What do I want to do? What do I want to hit? Do I have anything to break except the head? That's it? That's all I got? Okay, I'll take it. Did I nail it? I think I did, yes. Now, luckily the head and stuff like that, like the horns, you don't actually have to go and sort of pick it up, so to say. You don't have to purify it. You'll earn those parts automatically, which is great. So far, the game isn't very hard. It's more comfortable and more fun, but this is Kiwami, so it does go all the way up. It's like a G rank release for the first game, so it will get much more difficult. Uh-oh. When it's near death, it does this little fun little roll. Yeah, and I was able to stop it. That's great. Leech is great if you watch here. When I hold down R and I do Leech, it allows me to suck out life points as I do damage. And there's just so many ways to customize all your weapons and everything that really allows for personal playstyle. So it's just very fun. Kind of reminds me of Generations Ultimate in that regard, but even more so when it comes to customization, which is great. So let's go ahead and purify him. Get a white thread. Now I want to go through here. I'm going to put on the mind's eye. If you notice, like there's a hidden thing here. that will restore spell usages. Ching. So it'll restore a bunch of our usage ones. There's ones that are for like health. And from here we can see items. Let's go pick that up. Items are generally used for stuff like the villager requests and stuff, so that's nice. And we can go back. So yeah, this game is super comfortable, plays like a traditional Monster Hunter game, where there's just a village, a nice story, very nice cast of characters, and just a bunch of cool stuff to craft outside of the parts of monsters. So hopefully I will gather. I'm going to play this like crazy over the next few weeks. I'm probably not going to start making videos until I feel comfortable, like doing either some more showcases of the Oni, but let me know down in the comments below if there's anything specifically that you want to see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video and just a sneak peek at what I've been up to. And until next time, happy hunting.